I really love dehydrated apples because they're a quick, healthy snack for my kids. I love to keep like a big jar of them in the car, and then anytime the kids are hungry, they can just snack on them there. I also have a big jar of them in my kitchen here, and my sister-in-law actually, every time she comes over, she opens it up and she eats a couple, so it's nice to have. I can usually fit 2 to 3 apples per tray, and I just start by using my apple core peeler slicer. It's a all-in-one kind of deal. And I load up my apples, and then the beginning part is the hardest, just to get it to start. But once it's going, it's super easy. The only time I've had difficulty is if my apple is a little bit overripe. And then I've got my apple here at the very top. I usually snap off. Sometimes I'll give it to my kids, sometimes to the animals, and the same with the bottom. And then it's just this perfect little apple. I try to do this kind of quickly just because I don't want my apples to start to brown. I know some people put ascorbic acid on them and different things, but I actually haven't found it necessary as long as I get them in the dehydrator pretty quick. I then take my knife and I just slice down one side of my apples, and that makes it so that they come off as just one apple ring. Then I take and create just a single layer. I try to give just a little bit of space in between them. They'll shrink a lot, but I still want that space there so that there can be the airflow, because of course that's what's going to dehydrate them. I really like doing the dehydrated apples because it is so quick and easy. I'll then place these in the dehydrator at 135 degrees, and I'll let it go for, anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. I tend to check it regularly. Everybody's dehydrator is a little bit different, as well as everyone's apples being a little bit different. I had my apple slices dehydrating all night, and then I've allowed them to cool pretty much all day. So at this point, they're nice and dry and don't have any moisture to them. So I can now place them in an airtight container, which for me is a mason jar. I happen to have a lot of these around, so that's a good choice for me. But anything will do as long as it has a lid. You could also do Ziploc bags if you wanted to. I've used those before. Sometimes it's nice to just put them like in individual snack bags, and then it's a really convenient snack for people to grab when they're headed out the door to school or to a practice or a track meet or whatever the case may be. And these are just such a great snack to have for the kids. And I mean, honestly, a really easy way to take care of excess fruit. And then this is a really good time to reuse those canning lids because it gives you a nice airtight seal. And then I'll put this in a cool, dry, dark location and use it within the next 3 to 6 months.